So you think you love the CLE?
Yeah, you come to Cleveland and you talking about you done found the good food you weren't in Cleveland.
Well, these people love the CLE, and what they love about it is the food.
Cleveland hospitals are among the best in the world, and they should be because they get so much practice. For a while, they were running a shuttle from Sokolowski's to the clinic.
Cleveland loves our overstuffed sandwiches.
Is it low carb?
We got the best mustard anywhere.
I'll drink it straight from the bottle.
Heck yeah.
Admit it.
We have a lot of good food here.
You love, they love, I love the CLE. I love the CLE, and the CLE loves their overstuffed sandwiches.
I do love the fact that Cleveland seems to keep inventing things to make sadness go away.
You got to put on a whole bunch of weight to survive the winters here. So bigger the sandwich, the better.
Clevelanders like have grit to them, and like something about eating a sandwich makes me feel like I could tackle the day. Like like it makes me feel like geared up or something.
Let's take a relatively normal thing, like a sandwich, and let's see what we can do to it. Let's see how absurd we can make this by whether it be coleslaw or french fries or just eggs and putting all these things until it's to the point where you literally can't even open your face wide enough to eat it.
Cleveland's a city on the move. I mean, who has time for a sandwich and a side? Just throw the fries on there. It's two birds with one stone, or two arteries with one bite. It's multitasking.
The older I get, the less I feel like a real woman or a real Clevelander because I can't finish those sandwiches anymore.
We love a sandwich that is an all-day meal. It's an all-day affair. We love an overpacked sandwich, melt, paninis. We love, like a panini is a tiny, thin pressed sandwich, but a panini from Paninis, it weighs a small child.
When I first started drinking heavily in the late 90s, when I turned 21, and it was in the flats, and you would get hammered in the flats and then go to Paninis.
Paninis is the spot. If you're gonna go for an oversized sandwich, you go to Paninis and nowhere else.
They're coleslaw, 'cause it's not like creamy, but it's not like vinegar. It's just got like the right texture.
I've got a nice special place in my heart for Matt Fish. You know, we grew up playing music and together and stuff like that. When I moved home after being a broke musician for so long, Matt gave me a job at Melt when it was first starting. So I'll always have a soft spot for Melt and Fish.
Delicious grilled cheese sandwiches. I can't finish them. It's too much. It's intimidating. But don't get me wrong, the Ninja Turtle one, that's my favorite one.
I love the CLE, and the CLE loves their corned beef.
It's very good on St. Patrick's Day after 6 beers.
People come to Cleveland and they're like, oh, what's good to eat, you know? And like normal cities are like pizza or hot dogs, but we're like corned beef. Like, and you can get corned beef anywhere. You can get it from a gas station, from a restaurant. Like, possibilities are endless.
I've gone to other places. They don't have corned beef like we have it here. It's just, our corned beef is top notch.
I grew up in a very Irish family, so we had it way too much.
The corned beef is amazing. The parents in my neighborhood love Slyman so much.
It's really hard to claim that as our own corned beef, but like we do it great. Presidents make stops at Slyman's when they're in town to get the giant sandwiches.
There's nothing like a Slyman's corned beef. It is so incredible. I used to work downtown, and I remember the first time I had Slyman's corned beef, and I'm ashamed to admit that I was an adult when I had it. A friend of mine brought in like leftovers, and I ate it hungover at 10 in the morning. And I think that is when you should really enjoy a corned beef sandwich.
Of course, Slyman's is a Cleveland staple. Danny's Deli in downtown, and then there's a Joe's Deli. I would say those are like my go-tos.
I'm a Reuben fan through and through. Anything with Thousand Island dressing, I'm in.
Reuben's all day.
I like the Reuben because I do love Thousand Island, but they also, it's, if you go with straight corned beef, they won't toast the bread, but they'll toast the bread for the Reuben. And you're gonna need that toasted bread for the extra structure because they pile that on thick, and it's just all gonna go to if you don't have that bread toasted. So that's just kind of a pro move. It's automatically toasted with the Reuben, not with the regular corned beef sandwich.
And it's the sauerkraut, pickles, all of that. Now my mouth is watering. I didn't eat today.
I love the CLE, and the CLE loves their pierogis.
Delicious Polish food. It's, potatoes within noodle pockets. You can't go wrong.
I have had pierogis, but I'm vehemently against it.
I haven't done the applesauce with them. I've only done sour cream on top.
Like, I don't like the idea that you just stuff stuff in pasta and then give it to me, and then I'm supposed to be okay with that. Like, that's lazy, I feel like.
I had to wait till I was an adult to have a pierogi. I asked Mom, like, why? You know I like pasta, potatoes, cheese, sour cream, butter? Are you kidding me? They took pasta, stuffed it with potatoes and cheese, and then when you thought it was like, oh, it's delicious, then they floated in butter. And you say, okay, I'm great, my life is good. And they go, would you like some sour cream? Would I like sour cream? If you don't put that, okay.
Pierogi lady, still the top. Haven't had a better pierogi than the pierogi lady. She mixes it up too. You catch pierogi, she only pops up, I think. I don't think she's got like a storefront, so you gotta catch her. But she's the best.
Mr. T's is the frozen section. You ever had those Mr. T's? They're awful. They're awful. Mrs. T's, whatever. Mr. T's need to tell Mrs. T's to stop cooking. That's what she needs to do.
I love the CLE, and the CLE loves its Ballpark Mustard.
I'll never understand the obsession with mustard and stadium mustard in Cleveland. Like, I will never understand it. It's mustard.
Well, I just found this out maybe a year ago that this was a Cleveland thing. I did not know that. I'm born and raised here. I did not know this was in Cleveland. I knew about this. I have this. Everybody has it in their house. But I just didn't know it was a Cleveland thing. I thought it was just kind of like just a dope mustard,
I'm not gonna go out of my way to have any. I'm not gonna buy it from the store. But I'll have it on occasion.
Top tier mustard. If nothing else, top tier mustard. Let's do it.
Is it low carb? Heck yeah.
One of the most popular things at the game, the ketchup, yellow mustard, onion mascot race. But why aren't you using Ballpark Mustard? It's natural marketing. It would be so popular, you could charge $2 for Dollar Dog Night. And then maybe you wouldn't have had to trade Frankie Lindor.
It's just got this extra added on flavor.
There's nothing like stadium mustard, man. Oh my God, I love it. When you're dipping soft pretzels in it. I don't prefer it on a hot dog, more like an Italian sausage at the ballpark where you get stadium mustard, peppers, and onions. That's my go-to if I'm at the ballpark.
When I'm at a game, I'm not there for the relish and the mustard. And I know people lose their over Cleveland Ballpark mustard. I don't get it. It's brown. It looks weird. It smells weird. But I will fight you in the streets if you say a bad thing about it if you're not from here.
I've done a thing with Cleveland.com. I've gone into a lot of detail about this. I'm all about Bertman's. There's a couple different stories about how Bertman stole it from some company in Chicago. But I choose to believe the story where the Cleveland, the stadium mustard guy just ended up stealing it and going and marketing it elsewhere. But they started together. I think the Bertman's taste better. That's pretty much just us, and I do like that. And I'll drink it straight from the bottle. I'll drink it straight from the dispenser at the Tribe games. I've done it before. I put my head under, hit the little scoop, and just put a little in my mouth. I like it that much. It's delicious, and that's our
I bought it from the airport because I like weird stuff. So when I saw that it was only in the airport, I'm like, oh, of course I gotta have this. But then somebody said, oh, this is like a Cleveland thing. I was like, oh, that's dope.
There's more I Love the CLE to come. But first, a word from this episode's local nonprofit partner.
Hunger Network has been working to end hunger and build a healthier community for over 25 years. As one of Cuyahoga County's largest emergency food providers, Hunger Network continues to lead the way through innovation and with non-traditional approaches to serving our neighbors in need. Hunger Network provides nearly 4 million healthy meals each year at over 70 hunger centers across Cuyahoga County. Through Hunger Network Food Rescue, Hunger Network is revolutionizing the last mile of the logistics chain and bridging the gap between hunger and food waste to bring food access closer to those who need it. Hunger Network's Corps of Food Rescue Heroes has rescued more than 2 million pounds of food from waste and redirected it to those in need. To learn more about Hunger Network, visit hungernetwork.org.
I love the CLE, and the CLE loves its Paczkis.
Fat Tuesday, yes.
I didn't know how to say it. So Paczkis. Sounds like it sounds pretty good to me. Whatever it is, it sounds delicious.
Paczki. It sounds like the body part it gives you. Like it gives you a paczki.
I've had jelly donuts. I feel like they're the same thing.
I don't know. Sometime in the spring, the Catholics would get all in a twist, and there would just be weird appearing at the school, and you're like, okay, you're saying, oh, it's a donut.
There's a place in Lorraine, and I can't remember the name of it, but it's right off of 58 that has like the best ones. And I happened to be out there on that day because there's a Paczki day or whatever it is, and
Fat Tuesday.
I happened to be there at that day, and I was like, I'm going here to get one, and it was like as you're eating it, you're like, this is why I get it now.
Biagio's out in Eastlake. If you know where the Waffle House is on Vine Street, go a little bit further down. You'll get to Biagio's, some of the best donuts.
I love the CLE, and the CLE loves their Polish boys.
I live for Polish boys.
I've been eating Polish boys since I was 4.
When I think Polish boys, I think immediate heartburn.
Polish boys are delicious.
But Cleveland is Polish boy. Polish boy, that's us. Yes, I grew up eating Polish boys.
I actually broke up with a girl because she said she didn't have one, and I think that's an egregious act if you live here. That's pretty out there. That's outlandish and disrespectful to a certain extent.
It is. It's a sausage. It's covered in coleslaw, fries, barbecue sauce on a nice Kaiser roll.
It's not quite a hot dog. You put some kielbasa in there. You get some French fries and coleslaw and all sorts of on top of it. It's a very fat food.
The combination is genius.
Polish boys, they're delicious. They're deep fried. They're smoked. Oh.
I like that in Cleveland we have this thing where we want to add French fries and coleslaw to anything. That makes me so happy. Whether it's a Polish boy or an overstuffed sandwich, it's just, let's make this as unhealthy as we can.
I feel like it kind of takes a sociopath to make something like that.
French fries and a sausage, what? Come on. That's a fat person's dream.
It's the perfect meal if you're just trying to kill yourself.
I don't like coleslaw. I like cabbage, I like carrots, I like mayo. I don't like when they're all together on my dog.
Just give me the fries and the barbecue sauce and the sausage, and that's it.
I prefer drier coleslaw. I don't want the super wet. You got to put that on the bread, then the meat, then French fries, and then barbecue sauce.
I like it all. There's some places where they'll take the sausage and they'll deep fry it just real quick so it has that nice pop. That's probably my favorite.
How can you not like a piece of meat fried, okay? Because if you boil a sausage, yeah, it can be okay. But once you put it in that grease, it just releases the flavor particles, and then you slap it on that delicious soft bun dipped in barbecue sauce, and then you have you put the fries and then the barbecue sauce on it. And you wrap it in the foil. Don't just get it in your hand like you get a hot dog at a vendor. No, it has to be in that foil because that seals in the juices. Then you have it, you get your little bag and your thing, you open it up. Oh my God! The fries got all soft and then mold it to the sandwich. You have not, man.
Construction matters because, it's some willy-nilliness out there.
The Polish boy is probably one of the messiest things you can eat, honestly. Like there's no cute way, there's no prissy way to do that. You just got to get right in there, both hands, elbows up, kind of do a little hunch over and just get in there.
You get that first bite and then everything goes everywhere and you're like, well, I'm on my way to a funeral.
Yeah, man, you gotta let it soak in. You gotta let it get in the bread a little bit, every bite.
If you're looking at a menu and you're just thinking, I want a pile of stuff, get the Cleveland Polish boy.
A Polish boy, it's a typical Cleveland thing. I've seen it on restaurant menus as of late, and I don't care for that because you can't go to a restaurant and get a Polish boy. You have to go to a rib joint on the east side of Cleveland and talk to some dude that looks like he's been out of prison for 15 minutes but has owned this business for 35 years.
It depends on what side of the city you're on because you might get two different things.
If you want to know my personal favorite, you got to come to Mount Pleasant. Go to this place called Whitmore's. Now, it feels a little sketchy, but that just means it's good.
My go-tos are like Open Pit and like Kim's. Those are like quality Polish boys for me.
Well, one of the many things I love about Cleveland is that everybody has their own version. You can't, my favorite version actually, they don't make it anymore, from a place called Red Walters on Cedar. And the guy got sick and he's in kind of like an assisted living right now, sold the name Red Walters, and it kind of popped up all over Cleveland. It was kind of a black famous place. And it was called Red Walters, and it had the best Polish boy in town, bar none. And he got sick, sold the place, and his family kind of just sold the name. So it's like there's a Red Walters seafood place now. There's a Red Walters, like it's the name is like 3 different places now, and it just and the original place doesn't exist. So it's the worst ever. But a place called Red Walters on Cedar was the best in the city to me.
Polish boys, that's the stuff. You got Polish boy, Polish girl, Polish man. You know, you can get one all beef and pork. I don't eat beef or pork anymore, but guess what? I can still get a Polish boy because B&M sells what? Turkey Polish boys.
I've always been partial to the Polish girl, put a little pork shoulder on top of it, but it's something that we can claim as our own, and I love it.